Hi everyone, welcome to Values. Today we're looking at Rocket Lab. Share price is holding around $69, and there's a lot of positives that have come up out of the recent quarter results and a lot of announcements, acquisitions, but a big negative being that Neutron has been delayed. We were expecting, at least we're being very hopeful that our launch might happen this quarter, and at worst we're hoping maybe next quarter, but it's been pushed all the way to quarter 4 of this year. So I think that kind of just has a bit more of a negative connotation on this company and the stock, because there's a lot of expectations around Neutron, especially given the share price is kind of pricing its potential growth in there. So currently we have the share price at 36.9 billion in valuation for the whole company, and they've got record revenue at 602. So at 602 million, basically we're trading at about just over 60 times revenue, which is fairly high in some sense at prices in a lot of things. Growth is at 38%, which is in a sense fairly good, but at over 60 times revenue you kind of expect even more growth going forward, and they need Neutron to get things going to be able to continue to build on that momentum. They've got record quarter for Q4 2025, $180 million, and the backlog kind of means they're just going to have so much business anyway at 1.85 billion. So you don't need to worry about this company not having business. There's so many orders that they need to fulfill. So this quarter for 2026, they're guiding between 185 to 200 million. We are seeing a drop in gross margin, between 34 to 36. We looked at Q4 gap margin was 38%, so we're kind of looking at gap margin dropping, but at the end of the day, this company's making losses regardless, so I don't think people were that worried around their margins at the moment. They're just more worried about the growth. And obviously Neutron, if you get Neutron right, then everything goes right. But if you don't, then I think there's a lot more pressures on the stock. So I think it does, like you're going to have SpaceX coming onto the market in a few months' time possibly, and it's going to have some positive effects, but if they manage to actually get Neutron going, then it would have really given a stock quite a good boost. At the current moment, with a lot of volatility in the markets, I think there's going to be a bit more pressure on the stock. So we could see it potentially just coming down a little bit, because I think it's kind of trading at a fairly high value in some sense. And with the delay of Neutron, that's just how markets work. I'm not saying that the company's not worth it. It will definitely do well in the long run. But, like, as you just disappoint investors with delays, then, some people usually just sell out. But obviously they've got a lot of good announcements and good acquisitions that they've done. So as they've already announced, basically they've acquired Geos, and are quite smart about things. They look at who actually supplies them as well. So Optical Support also supplies Geos, so they brought, okay, we want to acquire all the most technical kind of companies around and put them together and simplify things, make it cheaper, build scale. They've also acquired Precision Components, which is also going to expand their manufacturing capacities. So they've got so many acquisitions going along. The company continues to grow its launches. They managed to complete 21 launches the past financial year, and this year they're probably going to do even more, because they've signed on 30 plus new launches. So you can kind of see that things are continuing to build, and it's just the way of the industries continue to build. These guys are the best in terms of the business with small rockets, and if there's small satellites, they've basically got those contracts. So I think it's the only really missing piece to really propel this company forward is Neutron, which is coming along. unfortunately, from the delay. I guess that's a slight disappointment, but there's still plenty of things happening. Yeah, so there's a lot of also innovation that is happening. Like, what was it? Yeah, like, so, given SpaceX is kind of, in a sense, delayed what they're going to do with Mars, and with Rocket Lab having a bit more emphasis on Mars, that potentially places them in a really, really good spot to gain some extra contracts around the area. They have introduced silicon solar arrays, which, as with satellites and everything else needing solar, it puts them in a good position to be a good supplier of these things as well. And yeah, like, as it's already put, acquisitions, Moneric, there was a few kind of on the fence whether this will actually go through or not because of some national security interest that potentially a German company might just take it over instead of Rocket Lab. But so far things are progressing. Optical support will close this quarter. GEOS has already closed, and Precision Components will close soon as well. So things are going well. Everything looks like it's, everything's going well. It's a matter of just waiting for Neutron share price. It may have some selling pressures, and in a sense, be ready to buy if that was to happen. If not, it's just a big waiting game. And as each quarter progresses anyway, the company is growing. You got any questions or comments, post below. Until then, good luck investing, everyone.